Hello boys and girls, I wanted to make this video today on porn and the female orgasm. So I want to start off by saying why I'm making this video. Number one, it's because I still think that women are getting ripped off sexually even though we're in 2014. And men, especially young boys, were heavily misinformed. So let's start with the porn part. Yeah? If you look at porn, porn has a format. The man gives the woman about 45 seconds to a minute, max a minute and a half of foreplay or oral sex. Then the woman is enthralled and excited and just throws herself upon him, and the rest of it becomes all about him. Yeah? And I don't know, it's kind of cool. Porn has its ups and downs, I guess. It has its pros. But generally a woman doesn't get aroused by having a penis in her mouth for 15-20 minutes. She'll probably like it for sure, and she'll like seeing you excited for sure. But to actually get a woman to come or to have an orgasm, you have to actually be a little bit patient, and there's a process that builds up to it. Now, I'm not saying that women don't like quickies, and sometimes, you know, a woman could have a quick 5-10 minutes and come and be happy and all that. But generally, women, you have to bring them to a boil, which is to say you need caressing, you need touching, and you need patience. A man, his situation is quick. It's like a light. You turn it on, you turn it off, he's done, he's ready to go to sleep. So it's really two different sexual biomechanics that are coming into play. With a woman, generally, you have to warm her up to the whole sexual idea. Maybe a little massage, a little touching, and by a little touching it could be 5, 10, 15 minutes. You have to work her into it. And foreplay, which is to say oral sex if you will, and massaging and that stuff, before mainly oral sex, it can take up to 10, 15, 20 minutes and sometimes more to give a woman an orgasm with oral sex. So as you can see in the porn, there's no porn that gives a woman oral sex for that long for us to say, wow, you know, that's how it's done. It's just like really fast and not accurate to what's really going on in real life. And so this is why a woman's getting sort of ripped off to what's happening in society, because men think that it's that quick. Also, there's a lady, she has a site that's called Make Love Not Porn. She says because of the modern day situation in porn, men go up to her and ask her things like, can I come in your face? And she's like, no, I don't want you to come in my face. So she goes, there's women that like that, but we have to face the facts that most women don't like that. And I mean, it's their right not to like that. It's a little bit disturbing for some people to have come on their face. So we have to take all these things into perspective and realize that the woman's orgasm needs more patience and time. Another thing I wanted to cover, I saw an article, and it was written by this yoga guru, if you will, and he's going on about how some women are rigid and not comfortable with their bodies in bed. This may or may not be true, but this depends on various factors. Now, there's women that are outwardly rigid and it ends there. But there's women that are rigid because they don't know you and they're not comfortable. And maybe they just had sex that night because they had way too many drinks, or they haven't had sex in a while and they feel it's what they should be doing. But generally, if you get a woman comfortable with you, and this might take a couple of times to make love to her, it doesn't like just happen, she won't be as rigid and she'll be more comfortable, and you'll probably have an easier time to bring her to orgasm. But again, it takes patience, and so we have to look away from the whole porn thing to develop this patience, because in porno, we're not cultivating sexual patience towards the woman to bring her to climax the way she should be climaxed. And also, don't believe that a woman is rigid because she's not interested in you. And just because a woman is having sex with you doesn't mean she's interested in you or your body or your sexual techniques. To close off, when a man has sex, he has a bag of tricks, he takes everything out of the bag all in one shot, leaves it on the table. A woman has a bag of sexual tricks and she introduces them to you as she gets to know you a little bit better. So she needs to be comfortable with you. And this is why we have to stray away from the idea of porn. Now, what I'm saying doesn't apply to everybody, but it is a majority rule. Men are fast active, Women take their time more. So as a man, if you want to pleasure a woman, take your time, get to know her body. This doesn't happen on one night stands. It doesn't happen by going to a bar and giving her half a bottle of vodka and taking her back to your place. So that's it. So look away from porn a little bit and try to explore the woman's body in more depth and take your time with it. Namaste.